Hi, I can't have a orchid update, orchid collection update without my outside lovely dendrobiums. They're my beloved dendrobiums, and I was doing an update on everything that grows, everything that's in spike, and everything that flowers. I hardly have any flowers left. That's okay. I'm very happy with all the roots I'm getting, and now I'm going to show you my beautiful own Kingianum. Oh, it's in all the green, you can't hardly see it. Wait a sec, there you go. It's lovely, it's amazingly green. All the 9 shoots that were new are matured. They're having their terminal leaf. Some of them have 3 leaves instead of 4, but I'm not worried about that. What I wanted to show you was this. This is the original root ball. It was nothing to write home about, and it's dying off. But the roots it's making, look at that. And we got more and more and more and more. So this orchid is nicely establishing in my Leca Ceramus bark mix. It's so happy it decided to throw out 3 more new shoots. You see the long one over there? I can't point it to you, but I hope you can see it. It's no, I can't point. Well, I can if I put it down. Wait a second. Oh yeah. Oh, don't drop it. I'm going to have to maneuver some stuff. There we go. Okay, so here's the long shoot, and I have 2 smaller shoots here. This dendrobium goes outside normally until about November. Well, till Halloween, the 31st of October, and normally then they go inside and they had enough cool off time, and they need a drier, not a dry, but a drier winter rest. But because this has 3 canes, normally I would think I will keep it more wet. But if I keep fertilizing this one, especially with nitrogen, this gets cakeys instead of flowers. And I really want this to flower and show you how it looks. It's just an ordinary Kingianum with tiny flowers. Not very special, but they're special to me. All my other dendrobiums, they're not going to get a winter rest because their growths are too small to survive a winter rest. So I'm going to keep them warmer, and I'm going to give them fertilized till the cakeys are mature. The new shoots are mature. So this one, when I fertilize the rest, this corner gets a tiny bit of nitrogen, and the rest gets PK 13-14. That means it gets phosphor and potassium, and it gets a milli amount of nitrogen, and I'm hoping I won't get cakeys instead of blooms. Going to have to put this back in its pot so I can show you the rest. This is its home. I just left it hanging on my kiwi branch so it can dry out, because it's going to get really cold this week and I don't want them wet at night. This is the keiki I hanged up, and it has a tiny shoot. Hope you can see it. It's over there this high. The other one is not making a new shoot yet. This also is from my keiki project. It has here a tiny growth, and over there. And then I'm going to show you my uncle's dendrobium. I call it Miss Fleur. That was the name of my grandmother when she had her own company making nylon flowers, and they're doing lovely. It was one big plant. For you who are new, my uncle was too busy, and he forgot to water it for maybe a couple of months, I don't know. It was really dry, so when I visited I said I'm confiscating this one and I'm going to try to save it. I spent 6 hours in 3 days untangling the root ball and getting all the old media out, and I potted it up, and then the canes that died started to mold, so I had to divide it, and dividing it to get in the center to get all the old canes out, and then I put 2 or 3 divisions in one pot, and it's making cakeys. And I'm going to take the cakeys off when they're ready, because I want the plant to have enough nutrients to put in the shoots. As you can see, it's doing nicely. It's making new roots in the pot. This is one part. This is the part I experimented with. It was in semi-hydroponics, and it was in a tiny plastic cup, about a quarter of the size of your solo cups, but I kept knocking it over, and the last time I knocked it over I put it in a clay pot, but I couldn't stabilize it like I did with the rest with a bamboo skewer. So it's the first time I made a rhizome clip from a welding rod for welding. Well, it's an aluminium and you use it for welding. My husband gave it to me, and now it's stabilized and it's taking off and doing well. It's a little bit behind on the rest. That's the reason why I took this as experiment, because it was not doing as great. This is part number 2, and as you can see, it's growing nicely. This was the one that grew alongside the bamboo skewer and is now opening its leaves. 2 weeks ago I noticed some tiny green thrips on this shoot. I took all the thrips off with a cotton swab dipped in alcohol, and I sprayed all my outside plants and succulents that were in the neighborhood with some alcohol, isopropyl alcohol and soap. This one is the one I said it has more more roots than I have hair. Also, these cakeys I'm going to take off because I want these shoots to be mature before springtime. I don't think this will flower this year, but you never know. They keep surprising me. I call the dendrobiums, the kingianums, the terminators of the orchids, because you can't kill them even if you try. And I have some come back to life. I will show you in a minute. As you can see, it has a lot of new shoots. It has nice root growth, and it's still outside. It's about 9 to 10 degrees outside at the moment, and they're still doing nice. This is plumping up, so I'm really happy with the progression. Can you say progression? Is it the right word? I don't know. But anyway, this one, all the kingianums are doing great. That's actually not orchids. Those are my black lilies, and I put them there next to my frilly things and my Buddha and my dendrobium on a stick. That one is doing nice too, actually. Let me see if I can show you. It's making 2 new growths, and I tried to keep a good wet-dry cycle, so it's going to stay dry today, and tomorrow it will get watered when it's watering day. And just a tiny update on my free Echeveria pearl from Nuremberg. It was in the basket I got from the thrift shop haul, and I cut the crown off, and the crown was in one of my plant arrangements, but because it hadn't had roots and the rest of the plants had, I had to water it, and the crown started to deteriorate, so I took it off and put it in dry soil. But this one is making a nice new crown. I have some Jade Plant that I got from my mother-in-law, and I have 4 sticks or 4 cuttings that are doing nicely, but I put the bottom pieces with the roots in the ground, and this already is making 2 for the 3rd set of leaves. In the last 2 weeks it started doing something, and here on the side Not sure if you can see it. There's a tiny green bump. So I'm hoping that one's gonna take off too. This is my garden of death. This was all the gnarly ends and gnarly bits and root masses that I planted. And over there are two of the hens and chicks of that root bulb, the dying thing. And let me see, over here, oh, there you go. That one is making a new crown. So this is my little garden of death, making nice new baby plants. So this is going to need to go inside also next week. And what more can I show you? This is my moss collection, filling up nicely, doing well. My, how you call it in English? Marigolds. My marigolds still looking amazing. Look at those colors. When I show you my succulents, how can I forget? This is the arrangement I made with the hens and chicks I bought a couple of weeks ago. And I made a river landscaping, dug it out and put some gray rocks in it. I didn't like it, so I filled it with white rocks and then blue glass looking. It looks like glass, but it's not sharp. And I think I'm going to make a tiny fairy garden out of it. Plant a bridge and maybe 1 or 2 fairies for my daughter. Or I'm going to make a new one, not sure. So it's still not finished, but this is the progress on my succulent fairy garden arrangement. Thank you all for watching. I love you all and see you later. Bye. And while I'm here, I'm gonna just give you an update and show you. This is my Cycnodes Wine Delight, and what I did was take a lot of the old moss out while still keeping a little bit in, and I didn't repot it. I think I replaced 30% of the old moss with the new premium grade sphagnum moss. That way the roots didn't get disturbed, and I am sure that this one gets enough moisture and it has enough air to the roots, and I'm hoping she will grow a little bit more so next year I can have flowers. This one's gonna take either 1 year or 2 years for me to flower again. So that's one. Then I have my I forgot the name, Fred Clark Yara After Dark SVO Black Pearl with the 2 tiny growths that are so cute. This one, I am not sure. It's supposed to be blooming size, but this is by no way big as the ones I've seen. So I think I'm going to have to wait another year. But I hope with a little bit of extra warmth and when my heating mat comes in, I maybe put it on a heating mat, that they will grow just a little bit further and plump up, get some nutrients in there, plump up the back bulbs, and that they will flower next year. I can wait for a year. This is my Dendrobium Phillium, and this one was also very dry and it's plumping up nicely. This bulb was really wrinkled, sorry for the shakiness, and it's almost completely plumped up again. This one has a few more ridges on it. That one looks nice and plump. So I'm very happy because that means that this got a good root system. Look at that, that's almost bigger than it was. So these roots are amazing, I know for sure. And then we have my Dendrobium Soil, with the annoying name, Sualensiensi, something like that, but where I make the pot stand. My Phragmipedium that I accidentally watered with my fertilizer with a pH of 5.7, and Phragmipediums like a pH around the end of the 6 into the 7s. So I'm actually kind of pissed that I didn't learn that sooner before I did anything with it. These are the back bulbs I took out of the plants, my Sherry Baby, when I repotted it. And normally, like I see Roger, he throws them away. And I was like, well, maybe, I know they don't have roots, but let's just put them in there. This is my Zygopedilum back bulb, and she is making a growth. And then I have my cherry baby back bulb dried out. It's over there. That's not gonna do anything anymore. Then this one is from my... I forgot. Oh, that's bad. I have to watch back some footage. But this one is making a new growth. This one is making new growth. This one is sitting there doing nothing. Maybe I can show the new growth. Wait a second. Yes, there. Woohoo! You see that? And that one has a root. But it's looking wonky and squishy. Let me feel. Wait a second. No, still hard. Just looks weird. Oh, this one that came out of the Brassia shooting star, the one with the bugs, and I put it into the bleach. The reason why it looks like that is because it's bleached. I remember. Oh my god, I hate those creepy crawlies. They were creepy and nasty and... Ooh, I'm seeing something. Let me see if I can show you. There's new growth over there in the middle. You see that? The tiny leaf. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. I'm such a klutz. It has two... Oh, I need to get the moss. Sorry, I was filming my fingers. I was not looking in the camera. Sorry. There are two new growths over there. They're very late in this season. They're never gonna be as big as that one. That one hasn't have a terminal leaf yet. And that one doesn't have a terminal leaf yet. So they're still growing. They're already bigger than last year's growth. Can you see that? And these are going to be winter growths. Or out of season growths, as Roger would call them. And they're gonna be smaller than the other ones. But hey, 2 extra ones can't hurt, right? So this is what I have upstairs. I have to be careful walking out of here. Because I actually wanted to show you my succulents. But there's a lot of mess. So my succulents are doing well. That one, it was already in the pot and it's trying to make roots. The leaf is already completely dried up, but it hasn't made any real roots. Then I have a few leaves that start making root, but 2 of them. Can you see that? Oh, Rose, can you focus, please? No, it won't focus. Can you see that? Oh, there's my finger. There's a tiny new growth. And let me see, there's another tiny new growth. So I have already 2 leaves that have roots and started to make mini babies. And so I'm happy with that. What else can I show you? My Christmas cactus has roots. 2 of the little pieces died. Those 2 both have longer roots. And this one has a little bit shorter roots. So I put it in a smaller pot. I should have potted up all 3 together. But I wanted to take my chances. If I kill one, then the other one, then I still have another one. So yeah, that's it. That's it for today. That's my update. I put my succulents, instead of outside, I had to take them inside. I also made a wider windowsill with a board. And this is where they're gonna stay for the winter. And this is where I can see them, and I'm reminded that I have to water them. Because they do need loads of water, and loads of warmth, and loads of sun. And I'm rambling on, and I think I'm done rambling. I'm gonna take a rest now. I want to wish you all a very lovely day. I wanted to say thank you all for all the support you have been showing me. And I will just be me. I won't do any educational talks or tell you how you should take care of your plants. I will just tell you what I'm doing and what I'm up to and ramble along the way. Thank you all for that, and I am going to sign out. So bye bye, thank you all for watching, it's much appreciated, and Rose out. Bye!